Hey, what the hell's going on, guys? It is Tuba Player Negative AE, and welcome back to another episode of Higurashi When They Cry. I've been absent for a very long time, but I am finally. I don't want to say better because I still cough a decent amount, but obviously sound a lot better than I did. And I feel like I can read and play games and stuff and actually talk over them without being annoying now, so that's good. I've also went ahead and lowered the background music a little bit. Um, and by default, that should make the voices maybe a little bit louder. If you guys are still concerned about anything sound wise, let me know, and we'll go into it there. But for now, let's just kind of jump into the game and see what is going on here. Onagafuchi Defense Alliance.
ええ、地元ではかなり賑わせているようです。早い話がダム反対の住民運動なんですが。
Okay. I also have a Gatorade, so 1 second. I gotta drink my Gatorade.
事実上、水没地域の住民すべてが決起したと言っていいでしょうね。死州なんて古風な言い方が示す通り、相当の決意と覚悟を持った連中です。そこら辺の大和な住民団体とは一線を画すと思っていただいた方がいいですね。
That's right. We're talking about the. That's right. It's all coming back to me now. So it's been a while since I played this, obviously, because I've been sick and kind of working, so I don't really have much of a grasp on what I was doing before. But now I remember. So basically, what happened before was they had gone back in time, and we're talking about like the protests that are happening, and that's what's going on, and how they're being a little violent.
発足当初はごくごく平均的。それがいつだかの流血事件を境に急にヒートアップしま今では暴力主義団体かそれに準じるくらいの過激な勢力に成長したと言えますね。
Violent organizations usually indicate ones that enforce their own ideology without regards to the democratic process. Breaking that down, many of those organizations held extreme left revolutionary ideologies. Considering that, I couldn't help but be surprised that a citizens group would end up going this far. Radical citizens movements happen occasionally. It seemed, however, that this group was nothing as trifling as that. It seemed I would have to reconsider exactly what Onagafuchi Defense Alliance was.
鬼ヶ淵死守同盟が要求。つまり、ダム計画の撤回を求めるために行いうる活動範囲はどの程度でしょうか。
The kidnapping of the minister's grandson was classified. That meant, of course, that I couldn't tell the XX prefectural department about it
ご
either.
存知の通り、先週あった犬飼建設大臣への直訴事件では逮捕者も出ています。危険性は十分にありますね。
Skimmed over the list of criminal records related to the Onagafuchi Defense Alliance and recorded in the documents. The contents were all violent, not giving me the barest hint of feeling that these people were trying to uphold the law.
具体的に教えていただけますか。
Chief opened up a manila envelope and fished out several unorganized sheets and spread them out on the table or on the desk.
建設現場への襲撃事件が最も多かったですね。初期の頃、電源コードの切断や錠前の鍵穴に石を詰める、投石による事務所の窓ガラス割り等の軽犯罪が頻発していました。
Of course, what really happened first were things like demonstrations, sit-ins, and the distribution of pamphlets, lively but democratic forms of protest. However, then the demonstrations and police clashed, which started a riot leading to numerous injuries and arrests. It was then that the Onagafuchi Defense Alliance, as their name implies, began to take a more demonish form of resistance.
襲撃が
What
度
does
々
that
重な
mean?
れば、地元警察による警備強化がなされるのでは。
Demonish, does that just mean more violent?
それは警戒はしたでしょうね。でもあちらは地元ですから、闇に乗じて忍び込まれたらお手上げでしょう。
I apologize for the coughs that are going to happen. I really do. You might as well label the entire map of Hinamizawa village around the dam construction site enemy territory. No matter how alert the police were, the locals would just show them exactly how easy it was to sneak around.
警察が警備を固めてからは、むしろ挑発されたように過激化が進みました。
Hmm.
ほら、この辺りからだいぶヒートアップしてるのがお分かりになります。
事務所の放火、建設重機の破壊工作、まさか爆弾でも。
いや、まさか。連中ですね。あれやられたらエンジン焦げついちゃいますから。
Even in Japan, it seemed like there had been people doing that to the vehicles of occupying forces after the war. Compared to misdemeanors like breaking windows, it was extremely violent and aggressive.
そこまでやられたら地元警察の面目は丸つぶれですね。
放火はさすがにですね。それで地元警察が24時間体制の人員を大幅に増員しまして、それで建設現場への襲撃は一段落したようです。
He used the words quieted down, but that was still smack dab in the middle of the list of crimes.
で、連中ですね。現場への直接攻撃が難しくなったとしたら、今度は個人攻撃に切り替えました。最初に狙われたのが工事事務所の現場作業者でした。
After that, there was silence. What was being described to me was a guerrilla war fought in the jungle. Threats and violence against the workers. Harsh words and harsher rocks were thrown.
かなりの告訴がされているのに逮捕者があまり出ていませんね。
そりゃそうです。第一、目撃者なんかいないんですから。それどころか、現行犯だったにしたってアリバイがポンポンポンとできちゃうんです。
それはどういうことですか？
例えばですね、ある男にナイフで刺されたとします。あなたは相手をよく覚えていて、名前も住所もただし、ナイフには指紋がなく、物的証拠だけがない。
Hold on. Hold on. Okay.
まあ、ありがちな傷害事件だと思うでしょ。でも、ひなみ沢じゃ完全犯罪なんです。
That's what I had originally thought, is that the whole village was... I still think that. So that's good.
裁判にもつれ込ますほかないわけですが。
Well, ever since the first game, when you saw the whole village kind of work together to bring you into your house. Kind of give you the answer that everybody was in on it right there.
何しろ物的証拠はない上、犯人を隠
But
匿
then
す
you
る
look
証
at the
言
other
だけは
two stories,
後から
right?
後から増えていく。
Out of the 3 stories we played, and it seems kind of like everybody's doing their own thing.
検察も書類送検
So you
には
never
二
know.
度足を踏むわけです。殺人ならいざ知らず、宝石で額を切った、殴られてあざができた程度だと、仮に犯人を特定できたとしても、嫌疑不十分で送検されないことがほとんどです。
Every case is without a doubt perpetrated by someone in Hinamizawa, but they can't identify who. Even if they could figure out who it is, they're unable to obtain enough circumstantial evidence through due process. The villagers were all extremely well informed about this, and so the malicious, vicious, and tenacious personal attacks continued.
被害者はそれでは納得できないでしょう。検察審査会に再審請求を出さないのですか？
それはですね、審査員たちがみんな厄介ごとに巻き込まれたくないと思っているからですよ。ひなみ沢関係のトラブルには首を突っ込みたがらないんです。
The inquest committee is comprised of a random selection of local residents. In the event that the prosecutor fails to get a conviction, they have the power to order a retrial. It's a system designed to assert the will of the people on the actions or of expert prosecutors in the legal world. However, being composed of local residents. Okay.
首を突っ込みたがそれはなぜです？
なんて説明すればいいんでしょう。恐れられているってあそこはね、少し特殊なんです。
特殊？何か政治的なバックボーンが存在？
いえ、そういうのとは少し違う。怖がられていると思っこの辺りは口では少しそうだ。わかりやすいのが鬼ヶ淵死守同盟の勢力にはですね。
Wiping his forehead with a handkerchief, he opened a file labeled. Okay.
近隣の町々に強い影響力を持つ人間が多々おりまして、この辺をご覧いただけますか。
What I saw startled me. Prefectural and municipal assembly members, staff members, and the Chamber of Commerce, an executive of a business association, an executive of a town council association, and a PTA liaison. If there are more than a few people with a lot to say both locally and in the neighboring regions.
この界隈では、ヒーザーのダム反対運動は皆静観しているのが普通なんです。ダムを肯定するような発言をすると、どこでどう巡って不利益を被るかわからない。何しろ近隣の町の喉元は、ひなみ沢出身の人間が抑えていますからね。
検察審査員のリストは非公開でしょう。報復がされないように何らかの措置が取られているはずでは。
Why would you join the Hinamizawa committee? If unless you're in it, and you're in on it, why would you join a group that makes it hard to state the opposite opinion?
一応非公開でプラ
I
イバシー
guess it happens all the time where people join gangs and stuff where you can't leave or something. But at the same time, it's
それを管理しているのは沖宮市役所の人間。つまり地元の人間なんです。守秘義務があるとはいえ、やはり人間のつながりは分かりませんからね。ひなみ沢の人間はそのあたりのつながりがことのほか強固ですから。
When you consider the obligations and duties that people have to the region, the web of information thereby formed is nothing to scoff at. It's not uncommon for housewives in the neighborhood to know which kid from which house is in what grade and which school, what subjects they're good at, and what vegetables they hate, among other things.
それにほら、ひなみ沢と遅延の深い暴力団組織がありましてね。これが今回の騒動に全面バックアップしてるらしいんです。こちらが出てくるのが一番効いてるみたいですね。
暴力団？ダムの建設反対で住民と一致？どういう利害が一致するのか読み難いですね。
それは難しいことじゃないです。実はですね、この暴力団の組長がですね、村の重鎮の一人の婿養子にあたりまして。
Exactly what was the Tsunamizawa? I had thought it some desolate rustic village. However, for some reason, they exerted a strong influence in the surrounding area. We're still back in time, right? This is still back in time. I mean, I'm trying to get information from this. They did confirm that the deaths are happening kind of randomly. Someone gets stabbed, but then you remember the person, but they don't have any fingerprints or anything like that. My explanation for that is kind of weird. It's weird because I think that they may have a dream world that they kill people in, and then they come out of it, It could very much be that they have a dream world, and that's how they're doing everything. They go into the dream world, they kill, and then the next day you're out of that dream world, right? Or you're out of that world. and you remember the person doing this, you remember that thing doing that, and you can swap people in and out of the dream. So it's like, if you want to kill somebody, all you gotta do, move them to the dream world, murder them, and it's like they never existed. You know, it would explain the Keichii being not there, or being there but not there. You know what I'm saying? Like you take. That would also mean that maybe if you kill someone in the dream world, maybe you become a demon or something.
これは例えば仮の話ですが、
I don't know.
例えばその鬼ヶ淵死守同盟が
I don't know the rules, guys. I'm just trying to make stuff up to make the story make sense.
ダム計画を頓挫させるため、
And right now, it's that they're demons and they have a special dream world.
例えば要人を脅迫するようなことは考えられますか？
I do like how the game kind of confirmed that they're all in on it, but then it also means that the game knows that I know that. You gotta be careful with what the game knows that you know, because the writer's always gonna try to throw you off, and I gotta stay on track. It's like a freaking reading visual novels is like staying on a bowl, right? Like you have kind of a general idea, right? And the writer's constantly trying to throw you
あり得
off.
るでしょう。
And your goal is to just nail it, you know? Like hang on for dear life and try and get like your
事実、
theory all
彼
set
らは
up.
市役所や県庁、建設省の工事事務所にも押しかけ、恫喝まがいのことをしていますし、工事関係者の家族が不審者につけ回されたという事件も起こっています。
Well, that would make sense. To halt progress on the dam, they raided the construction site, destroying heavy machinery and lighting the construction office on fire. If they didn't have any qualms about that, or doing that, threats and violence against people related to the dam would probably be no problem. But that was it. Even your everyday hoodlum could use threats and violence. However, this time it was the kidnapping of the minister's grandson, and an abnormally high-level crime. Not only was pulling off the kidnapping difficult in the first place, but so was maneuvering to have the minister surrender to their demands immediately. There was no way this was the work of amateurs. Do these people have the power to enact this large of a crime? That was the heart of the matter. Was the Onafuchi Defense Alliance an organization capable of pulling this off? In other words, to ask that question once again, I chose the most basic method.
例えば政府要人の関係者を誘拐して脅迫なんてことがあり得ると思いますか？
Oh, guys, you know what I didn't think about? You know what I didn't think about until just now? And this is just a shot in the dark, right? I have to cough, but I don't want to cough because I'm about to drop some bombs on you. Yeah, okay, here's my theory. This guy has a baby, right? Right? And the mother left back at home. What happens? What happens if, in order to investigate Hinamizawa, I go undercover as an artist, right? And I invite my family out to the the freaking shit. I don't remember because this guy's name is probably something different, right? Have they ever said his last name? Because I feel like if they haven't said his last name, that's definitely what they're doing. He's gonna go undercover as like an artist, invite his family out, and that's why his work takes so long, because he's actually a freaking cop. Or a detective guy, and he's trying to go find out what's going on, and that's why his family's in Hinamizawa. I don't know. Well, that's not to say that even if this guy has a different name, they couldn't change it, you know? Like witness protection. I don't know. If it was that answer, my work was as good as halfway done. Might be able to get back in time for my wife to give birth. That was how it was supposed to be. The chief, without a hint of hesitation, replied.
やるかもしれません。
「
底の知れない連中ですから。
Sorry, Yuki. It seemed like my work wouldn't end so simply after all.
おう、赤坂君か。ご苦労さん。
Akasaka-kun.
担当地域での情報収集はどうですか？
順調です。これから現地警察の公安と接触できることになりましたので、東京の調査の方はどうですか？
他の職員も順調に調査を進めているよ。でも調べる団体が星の数だからね。そんなに悠長に時間もかけられないし。
There are no new developments at this time. No matter how suspicious the Onegafuchi Defense Alliance was, if they solved the case in Tokyo, my job was done. It looked like my wishful thinking wouldn't come to pass. Hanging up the telephone, I let my gaze drift outside the window to the valley of unfamiliar buildings.
赤坂さん、今お貸しできる車が戻ってきました。ご案内しますので、こちらへどうぞ。
あ、すみません。
Showed me the elevator to the underground parking lot, where a battered sedan was waiting for me. The steering wheel kept drifting to the left. Was a little concerning, but it would be enough to get me around for a while. My destination was Shishibone City XX Prefecture, an area under the control of Onegafuchi Defense Alliance. The Okonomiya police station was right on the front lines. Ooh, we got a halfway point. Oh, we can keep going though. It's an interesting. It's interesting that we're going into the past. I wonder what's going on in the past. And I think it would be crazy, but I think that's maybe why they haven't said his last name. Unless I'm confused and they actually have said his last name. It's been a long time since I played the previous episodes. Because I've been sick the whole time. Shishibone City was, as far as provincial cities went, rather behind the times. Okinomiya recessed in the mountains was even more remote. With little change between the seasons, all that was left was a tepid passage of time. It was made for a rather drab town. There were no tourist attractions or local delicacies. Without a strong regional industry, it was simply dull. Looking at the momentous and peaceful townscape, it was hard to catch a glimpse of the radical resistance of the Onegafuchi Defense Alliance. The atmosphere of boredom didn't hit the Okinomiya police station being on the front lines of the dam project, nor the numerous incidents that I heard about the prefectural headquarters.
おはようございます。違反金の納付ですか？
いえ、公安部の本田屋さんにアポイントがあります。赤坂とお伝えください。
失礼しました。少々お待ちください。
The clerk, who thought I was here for a parking violation at first glance, after fumbling with an unfamiliar extension number, told the person on the line they had a visitor.
どうもどうも、赤坂さんでいらっしゃいますか？縁のはるばるお疲れ様でした。こんな部屋で申し訳ありませんね。議員さんが突然お越しになっちゃった。
I would hesitate to call where we were a conference room, but it was very small and cluttered. The cramped space was packed with lockers. I had the impression that it was more of a change room that doubled as one for smoking. Listening to his crude chortles, I didn't get much of a feeling that Mochidai, who was head of the local public safety division, was much of an intellectual. But I knew that, in exchange, he had both experience and absolute confidence in his instincts.
ご多忙中、突然お邪魔して申し訳ありませんでした。警視庁から参りました。赤坂、よろしくお願いします。
公安部の本田屋です。よろしくよろしく。県警防隊の3階部長から協力を惜しむなと脅されておりますの。
防隊？県警の暴力団対策本部で。
うちじゃ鬼ヶ淵支所の連中は暴力団の延長に位置づけてますんでね。 あれを善意の住民運動だなんてあんた、東城もいいとこですわ。
They said that at the prefectural office too, that the Onogafuchi Defense Alliance was linked to the local mob. If I recall correctly, the adopted son of somebody. So it is a gang. It's a mob. So it is that. They're just kind of like put into it. If I recall correctly, the adopted son of somebody who was influential was a lieutenant in that
そりゃ
gang.
逆。全然逆ですよ。暴力団の活動が逆。
Much that I was just rolling with laughter. This was slightly different than the info given me at the prefectural office, but somebody embedded locally would be more knowledgeable. While we were talking, occasionally some people who seemed like to be detectives would come in and change. One of those individuals, noticing Mochidai's gaffes, came up to us.
何の話をしてるかと思えば
おお、クラちゃん。ちょうどよかった。クラちゃんも入ってよ。こちら、はるばる東京の警視庁からお見えに。
警部だなんて。まだまだ新米です。赤坂です。よろしくお願いします。
初々しいのがいいですね。採用は今年ですか？
I couldn't help but think I was being ridiculed, so I only responded with a forced smile. What's with the smooth jazz? More like a mamba. I don't know what genre this is. I can't pinpoint it. Boom. Boom.
赤坂さんにもご紹介します。
Good solo music.
こちらは刑事部の大石君。赤坂さんがお問い合わせの S 号の件なら。
S 号？
園崎の S 号ってのはですね、園崎家が関連している件を示す、まあ暗号みたいなもんなんです。
確か園崎氏は鬼ヶ淵氏、確か会計だったと思います。
You were more surprised when I rattled off what posts that Sonozaki held. After a moment, both of them erupted into laughter.
赤坂あなたお勉強ひょっとして同盟の連中の使用
暗記というほどではありませんが、一応
じゃあ会長と副会長。
会長は現ひなみ沢村村長の君吉喜一、副会長は町会神社部長の会計が園崎を領して、会計監査は牧野氏、教頭部長が君吉義郎氏、広報部長が園崎貞夫氏。
赤坂さん、あなたなかなかやり給料安いけどうちに来ません？うちに一番必要で一番で、ちなみに園崎貞夫は青年部長なんです。惜しいですね。広報部長は園崎忠孝。
Actually, it wouldn't make sense. It wouldn't make too much sense for this guy to be the father of Keichii. Only because his baby is like real young, right? And this isn't that far back. So maybe I take back what I said. Because Keiichi's what, in like high school? I guess they never reveal what age Keichii is, so they could do it. I don't know. But at the same time, I don't think he's like a little kid. I don't know. Feeling like I wasn't being complimented at all, I started settling into an uncomfortable mood. However, I was becoming more and more aware that I was the weakest link in this investigation, so I just had to bear with it. I didn't mean for that feeling to show up on my face, but the crafty detectives didn't let that slip by.
バカにしたつもりはない。詫びと言っちゃなんですが。なんでしたら村を実際にご案内しましょう。
For somebody with no feel for the area like me, it would be a great help. Couldn't have asked for more.
鬼ヶ淵死守同盟っていうのは結局ひなみ沢村の対外的な別称に過ぎます。村を知ることがあなたのお仕事の近道だといかがです？
As Presidential movement, in other words, held influence of the whole region, so the leader of the movement was the leader of that influence. Just like that, the thought process of the region would become the overall personality of the movement.
よろしくお願いします。
To learn what they were really like, this getting to know the village is the quickest way. If you would, nodding back up without skipping a beat, Oishi laughed in satisfaction. I took the information I had learned from the prefectural office and from Moto Dai to heart. If my position was exposed, my personal safety was at risk. The opponent was an extremist group that had no qualms about using threats or violence against somebody. My personal info was leaked. It wouldn't be hard to imagine that I'd be in danger, whether on the job or not. Thinking that, I felt a little
連
nervous.
中は顔覚えるの早いですからね。私と一緒にいるところを見られると多分月並みですがね。こいつを身につけておいてください。
She handed me an incredibly suspicious disguise comprised of a baseball cap, sunglasses, and a mask. I didn't want to get all hot and stuffy, but Oishi's warning was probably right on the money. Considering that, I put them on with appreciation. I looked so suspicious that Oishi had to smile wryly.
どこまで話しましたかね。
御三家という旧家が村を支配しているというところまでです。
The Onagafuchi Defense Alliance was the same as the village of Hinamizawa itself, meaning there was a direct correlation between being an executive in the alliance and being a leader in the village, as Moto Dai had told me in a short time ago. If the village was ruled by 3 ancient families, then it would mean the Onagafuchi Defense Alliance was ruled by those 3
県
families.
警の資料には何て書いてありました。死守同盟のリーダー格とかそういうことについて。
Documents I was using were classified. If I responded to Oishi, it'd be a breach of security. However, most likely, man I judged, was more well versed in the situation than any of the documents at the prefectural office, so I decided to answer him.
同盟の会長は現村長の君吉喜一郎と。
For him to ask like that and then laugh at the answer as it was recorded in the documents meant that wasn't the case in reality.
では、君吉氏県警の持つ、いや、一般的な情報とは異なり。
君吉のじいさんなんてただのお飾りですよ。そもそもこの村じゃ村長なんてポスト自体も形式だけなんです。
つまり、同盟も村も、それが先ほどおっしゃられていた御三家。
まあ、そのあたりはこれからご説明し。
All of a sudden, with a thunk, the car suddenly lurched. The paved road had given way to a gravel one. At the same time, the scenery outside the window changed. Okay. Construction office must respond. It was the room must negotiate with us. Signs and banners crowded the roadside. Even reading brush-scrawled words was daunting. It was as though the road just changed, was a border with a different country. We had a protest.
はあ、懲りない連中だな。
Ueshi snorted as he rolled down the window and leaned out.
おいおいおい、あんたらダメだよ、こんなとこで道を塞いじゃ。
As Ueshi glared at them with a malicious laugh, they visibly faltered.
道開けてくだ。それじゃ通れないでしょ。
Who would have thought it was Ueshi's car? That panicked thought seemed to make them lose their presence of mind.
大石刑事の車と分かってれば こんなご無礼はしなかったんですがね。大石刑事、いつもの車は車検ですか？
そんなところです。台車ってのはどうにも馴染みませんね。
そっちの怪しい男は誰です？あんた、顔を見せてくれませんか？
I do wish you to see what I should do.
彼の顔は勘弁。まだまだ新米でシャイなんですからね。
不審な輩じゃないか確認しようってだけです。最近のひなみさんは物騒ですからね。
ねあんたのうち鏡歪んでるのと違います？あんたのその面の方がよっぽど不審ですよ。な
The men amount of which she continued to talk like that, feigning smiles at one another. However, from the beginning to the end, I couldn't get over the feeling I was sitting on a powder keg.
ゴミの不法投棄車両まだ減らない。オタクたちも本当。
警察の方にもご理解とご協力をいただけて助かりますよ。
In the conversation, the barricade was moved, leaving a gap wide enough for a single car to get through. Oishi lightly honked the horn once and began to roll the car forward. They could see the men's antagonistic glares at the back of the car and the rearview mirror.
何ですかさっきの勝手に行動を封殺するなんて。
もちろん目くじら立てても始まりませんがね。連中の主張じゃですね、村内に不法投棄をするトラックが出没する。それを封じ込めるために不審車両を検問してるって話だそう
不法投棄、参拝を勝手に捨てようとする悪徳。
で。まあ参拝なんて話はどうせ自演だからどうでもいいんですがね。
自演？
連中うまい作戦なんですよ。ダム現場にですね、工事妨害のために参拝ゴミを自分たちでばらまいて、でそれを悪徳業者のせいってことにして臨検を設置すると。それで工事車両をいちいち足止めしてチクチク。
鬼ヶ淵主導名の抵抗運動の一つ。
多分今の検問でこの車のナンバーが割れましたからね。もうこの先には一切検問の真似事はないと思い、連中も私を怒らせると得をしないことだけはよーく骨身に染みているようですね。この車が工事関係車両、散々検問で足止めを食らうばかりか、投石や鉄釘のばらまきなんかも食らうって噂です。あなたも身元が割れないようにせいぜい気をつけた方がいいですよ。公安なんてバレたらどんな目に遭うやら。
She was acting like we were talking about something fun, but for me it was no laughing matter.
どこぞの内戦の国に迷い込ん。
あんた、今言われたのはまさにその通り。
She turned to me with a grin and a menacing laugh.
ここはね、戦争地帯なんですよ。
Car slowed down a bit as we went down a narrow road through some farmland.
あそこの森の中に家があるのが見えます。古い感じの。
Looking at where she was pointing, there was a certainly old, traditionally designed house.
あれが村長の君吉のじいさん。君吉本家とも言いますな。分家筋が多いですから、御三家の一つにあたります。
御三家、ひなみ沢村を支配している旧家です。
そうそう。で、もう一つが、こっちは分家どころか、もう神主一家しか残ってませんがね。ちょうどあっちの方にね、そこの神主をしています。ちなみにね、死守同盟の事務所はその神社の敷地内にあります。
そこを見ることはできますか？
神社は古出家の私有地でね、警察といえど令状がないと踏み込めません。電柱のバックには村の息のかかった議員もいますからね。警察にも強いところと弱いところがあるってこと。御三家とは言ってもですね、そりゃあだいぶ大昔のことなんだそうです。大昔はその御三家ってのは合議して村のいろいろなことを決めてたらしいですな。
ということは、
あんた、さすが高学歴。
Like how he like asked a question and he's like, "You're smart, kid." Like that's just like a normal question to ask, meaning it's different now. You got a pretty good nose. That's what I expect from an academic. Like it's just a question. The car brake to a halt at the sewer. Head over the stop. There's several signs. No trespassing. Yeah, this is the Sonozaki house.
私有地なんで、この先は監視カメラがうっかり道に迷いました。なんて論法が通じる相手。
この先がそうなんですね。
People currently controlling Hinamizawa and the Onagafuchi Defense Alliance were neither the Kimiyoshi family nor the Furude family, but the last of the three.
この先にあるのが御三家の一つ、ひなみ沢村を影から支配する連中です。
Among the list of executives recorded in the documents, the number of people with last names from the few families was quite high. Of course, Sonozaki was no exception. However, at the top was Kimiyoshi family. What was behind the scenes was Sonozaki family. This double-layered structure implicitly told me that the village had both a light and a dark side.
園崎家の頂点は現当主の園崎お領、園崎天皇なんて呼ばれるくらいにその発気をつけてくださいよ。市長だってまあひなみ沢と
つまりその人物が鬼ヶ淵死守同盟の事実上のトップということですね。
そうなります。
With those words, Oishi pulled out a well-worn cigarette box. The suspected kidnapping of the minister's grandchild and subsequent threats. Were these part of the hidden plot by the Onagafuchi Defense Alliance in order to have the Hinamizawa Dam project canceled?
あなた、東京から
ええ、そうですか。何か。
じゃあほら、あれだ、犬飼大臣への直訴事件の要するに、あれで要注意団体ってことで公安がマークすることになったと。そういう感じですか？
大石さんこそお察しが早くて助かります。
嘘でしょ。
Okay.
だから直訴事件でマークがついたっての嘘でしょ。
Knew there was no way the Tokyo HQ would dispatch an investigator over something as minor as a direct appeal. If they were to dispatch someone, it had to be for a more dire reason. He had figured out that as much. I thought myself as the type of person who doesn't let things show on their face. In front of his watchful gaze, however, I felt like I was thinking completely. I felt like I was saying, Who else can read minds? I drink my Gatorade after that one. I'm not sponsored, by the way. I just drink a lot of Gatorade. Okay, so it feels like I'm going to go into a coughing fit here soon. So I'm going to go ahead and end it. But I want to see what happens, so maybe I won't. Whether it's a detective's way, getting someone to spill information. But as long as I realize this, there would be nothing more. If I didn't open my mouth, I wouldn't have to lose anything. All I had to do was stare at the window and enjoy the scenery until Oishi gave up.
あなたって人は本当に隠し事が下手な人ですね。そういう素直で初々しいの悪くないな。
Wish I thought I had won, but at the very least, I wish he had ascertained that I was hiding something, meaning that I might have ended up marching to his tune. We should start up the engine once again and began to move the car.
素直なとこ。
素直に話したらどう力になれるんです？
Cat was out of the bag and might as well use it to catch some
内
light.
容によりけりですがね。ひなみ沢界隈に詳しい情報屋に。
協力員。
そっか。
どうして私の任務に興味を？大石さん。
そりゃ常に知るのが私たちの仕事じゃありませんか。
I feel like Oishi, I don't know. I don't know what I feel about Oishi. I feel like Oishi's like has like evil undertones, you know? Like he's very standoffish. The only time he was ever like a cool guy was in like the first episode, so I don't know. Like us, they were careless with confidential cases. Looked down on them like they'd run their mouth off in a drunken stupor. Oishi was an outlaw even amongst them, and here I was lost on whether or not I should tell him about the kidnapping of the minister's grandson.
その情報協力員はどの程度鬼ヶ淵死守同盟に精通を？
あんたも公安の人間ならわかるでしょう。そんなの私の口からたとえあなたにだって話せるわけないじゃありませんか。
Protect your sources. That was the first principle of dealing with confidential information. In that regard, it seemed like Oishi wasn't one of those monkeys. Should I trust him? Ask for his help or not?
あなたは国、私は金。私たちの職務はそう力になれると思うんですがね。
However, I had trouble believing this crafty old man would simply just help me like he claimed.
大石さんほどの方が無償で力になってくださるとはちょっと思いがたい。
そりゃ下心がないわけじゃない。領収書不要な予算を。そいつでですね、情報屋との接触にかかるコストをちょいと。
つまり情報屋と渡りをつける謝礼をあなたにお支払いしろということですね。取引内容が明快で助かります。
There's certainly something else for being able to brazenly state his ulterior motive like that. I don't know, man. I don't trust it. Get out of there. Other than leaving him to the kindness of his heart, everything was a lot clearer if he was being compensated for this deal. I felt like he was the type of man who was good at these backroom dealings.
誤解しないでくださいよ。お金が必要なのは私にじゃなく、まあ支払いの関係上お金。
支払いはいつ？
今すぐがいいですね。ないなら明日でもいいんですよ。
Pulled out a wallet that was different from my personal one. Price was pretty much fixed, dependent on what kind of information I was paying for. In this case, payment was up front, and also considering the fact that I didn't know what kind of info I would get, I shouldn't pay too much. When I suggested that, Oishi suddenly stretched out the hand and tightly grasped the contents of the wallet.
こういう時はですね、ケチ、大丈夫大丈夫。
わかりました。ケチケチしないことにします。
で、調べたい情報は何です？内容によって多少アプローチが変わることもあります。
他言無用を誓ってもらえますか、大石さん。
誓うまでもありませんよ。私もあなたたち職務上知り得たことは他言できませんからね。 わかりましたよ。ここで聞くことは他言無用です。私は少なくとも金の絡んだ約束は絶対に違いませんよ。
All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. We're at 50 minutes. This is a good stopping point. Thank you guys for watching. I'm sorry I was gone for so long. I was just sick. I'm still a little sick, but I think I'm okay to record videos now and stuff like that. So yeah, so hopefully hopefully regular Higurashi videos again. We'll see how that goes, and then probably intermixed with like Vagante or Catacomb Kids or anything like that. So we'll see what happens. As far as like this story goes, my original thought is that the detective was Keiichi's dad. It doesn't make too much sense when I think about it because I know that I know that this isn't very far, like I said in the past, and so I don't think that that could be Keiichi as the baby. Um, Very worst case scenario, or not worst case scenario, but an interesting scenario would be that he gets put in witness protection or something, and he gets a new family, and that's where Keiichi comes from or something. Because it's not really, you don't really talk about Keiichi's family too much, as far as that goes. Or maybe this guy is someone else's family. I don't know. I'm trying to put this guy into this lore, and maybe he's just a plot device to like, move the story along. Maybe that's just like what it is, and I should stop thinking about it so much. But I'm just trying to think of like cool ways to integrate this new character into the story, and I think it would be interesting if he was Keiichi's dad, and that's kind of where I'm going with it. But everything I suggest in this is just kind of try and make sense of the story and what's going on and all the characters in it. Um, so yeah, like I said before, it makes sense that they would have a dream world that they could kill in. Um, I mean, it seems like they're trying to present this completely normal world that has like a mafia thing, and they're just kind of crazy. But at the same time, I feel like it's more than that, especially if you go off the first one. It seems like they were kind of like inhuman there. Off the first one, off that first game, it seemed like they were kind of like inhuman. And that stuck with me every single time. Just like the strength that they had, that the villagers had when they were chasing after me in that first one, in the first game, and it's just kind of something that you have to think about whenever you're doing this. So, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed, so please hit the like button. I really appreciate it. Also, subscribe if you haven't done so already. There's lots of visual novel and roguelike content on the channel if you are interested in any of that. And I hope to see you guys in the next episode, whatever that may be. Let me know what the sound sounds like or if I should change it, okay? See you guys later. Peace.